everyone, happy Saturday and welcome to Virtual Vegfest Live. We are sponsored by the Plant-Based Network and we are also sponsored by Hodo Foods for this week's talks. Let's talk about how you can win a prize. Let's jump right into that first. Go to virtualvegfest.com and click on the little contest tab and you can get entered to win a prize pack from Hodo Foods or Gain, Follow Your Heart, and Crafters Organics. Very simple. We give away 4 prize packs per month. Check our social media. We've been tagged in the winners prize packs posts. And it's a great thing. You can do things as simply as subscribing to Virtual Vegfest on YouTube through our contest, and that'll get you entered. And that'll also get you 10 points this month, which means you have a better chance of winning. And it is random, so just go enter. That would be great. Let's see what else. We have a cooking demo today. Super excited. Love cooking demos. That tiny vegan is with us, and that's Cynteah Giddings. And she's making an eggplant dish, and I love eggplant. I know it's like one of those vegetables that people love or hate, but man, you put eggplant in the air fryer or on the barbecue, and it's absolutely delicious. But she's making a dish that I'm super excited to try and like run out and I have to buy some eggplant so I can do it. It always influences what I have for dinner when we have these cooking demos on. I forget anything? Probably, because I make these up every time I go live. But prize packs, subscribe. Thank you to our sponsors. And let's just like move on. If you have any questions or comments, during cooking demos, we always have them. Put them in the comments. We'll definitely address them. And let's get started. Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine.
It's good. I know you're nervous. Don't be nervous. It's okay. I'm excited for you to do this, and I'm going to keep myself in the corner because it's just easier. And then, let's see. I want you to share who are you with everybody.
My name is Cynteah Giddings, and I am AKA That Tiny Vegan. I started my vegan journey about 4 years ago due to health reasons, and I've been feeling great ever since.
So, what kind of health reasons? What happened?
Well, a lot of my family have been pre-diabetic or have high blood pressure. So to nip that in the bud, I just decided to go vegan cold turkey, and it has really made me feel a lot better. And I've also converted my dad to going vegan as well.
Really? Was he like staunch, like, oh, I'm never going to do this person?
Yes.
And how does he feel now?
Too much energy now.
Too much energy. No, you can never have too much energy. That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear that. Well, I'm glad that you're here and that you're going to share a recipe with us. What is the recipe?
It is Korean style eggplant.
Korean style eggplant. So I saw your post about that pan.
Yes.
Tell me about these dream pans that you have because I'm kind of curious because I saw the that you posted on social media. So what's
Yeah.
special about them?
Uh, I've just always wanted a nice set of pots and pans. This is the Caraway Set, and they are sustainably made and they're eco-friendly.
That's awesome because I see it's ceramic, right? So
Yes.
it's not doesn't have a nonstick, not toxic.
No, non-toxic, definitely.
Right, and they're pretty.
Yes.
And they're pretty, which is can be a priority for when you're cooking. Functional important. I agree. Functional is really important, but pretty also is important. Well, that's really cool. So, let's see if you want to dive in. Let's dive into the cooking demo.
All right. So for the eggplant, you just want to make sure that you dice them, and I have mine in some cornstarch that I have. So we're just gonna coat the eggplant to make sure that everything is coated with the cornstarch. This will help it to crispen up into like on the pan when we cook it.
Exactly. I have organic cornstarch in the house because you can also do that with tofu.
Yes. And
Yep.
if you don't have cornstarch, you can use tapioca flour as well.
Yep. Which is cool.
So
Can you
that's
use
all.
different types of eggplant with this or just
Uh,
like
I use different kinds, but for now I have the Chinese eggplant, which is the thinner eggplant.
Awesome. Yum.
But the Chinese eggplant, it cooks a lot quicker. So since I've coated my eggplant, now I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to my pan. You want to make sure it's on a medium heat. I added about a teaspoon of oil, and then now I'm just gonna add in my eggplant.
How many eggplants is that you cut
Uh,
up?
for the Chinese eggplant, I have three.
Three? Okay.
Yes. Now you just saute it around, move it around. And I have to keep mine on a medium heat because these pans you're not supposed to go over medium heat because it
Yep.
will damage the pan.
Yes, a lot of the good pans are just like that. They sustain the heat really well, that they don't
Yes.
need to be really high. So what made you decide to do this recipe?
It was easy and it's delicious. Very affordable too. I do a lot of affordable plant-based recipes.
Okay. What other ones do you like?
Uh, I love doing like a potato hash or even tofu scramble. I love having breakfast for dinner. I don't know why, but it's just so easy and it's fun, and you can make it your own.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Breakfast for dinner is totally the way to go.
Yes.
Any time of day, actually. Breakfast is good any time of day. Well, cool. So, for anyone who's just joined us, it's three Chinese eggplants cut up, coated with cornstarch, and a teaspoon of oil in your pan. Obviously, you can use less or more oil depending on your preference. And it is just, we're at the cooking phase.
Yeah. Now I just have to wait for it to crispen up.
Yeah, exactly. So, the sauce that you're going to put on it,
Yes.
let's
Um,
talk about that.
it consists of soy sauce, some rice vinegar, a lot of like the Asian style sauces. So soy sauce, you have the rice vinegar, some sesame oil, some Korean red pepper paste, and some Korean red pepper flakes.
Oh, wow. It's
The
going to be
Korean
spicy.
red pepper flakes are really hot, so you don't want to add too much or get
Yeah.
too happy with it.
So, we,
And
yeah, we have a couple hellos. I'm sorry,
hi.
AMJC. I don't know how to say your name and I don't want to mess it up. And then we've got Debbie who says hi there. If you guys want to tell us where you are, that'd be great. We love to hear where people are watching from. And of course, if you have any questions, you have any cooking questions, any eggplant questions, because it is that vegetable that you might be like, I'll never eat an eggplant. Because if you ever eat eggplant, it's not cooked enough and it's still hard. It's gross.
Yes.
It's gross.
It is.
You need to cook it so it's soft and cooked. Because undercooked eggplant is that's why you don't like it.
But I will say I did add a little bit too much cornstarch, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Debbie's in Toronto. Oh,
Ooh,
those are my initials. Okay, AMJC. Okay, good. I'm glad. Yeah, Toronto, Canada. I like Toronto. I haven't been yet,
Yeah.
but I plan on going. Oh, and AMJC's in Ohio. Yay! So my reason for Toronto is the Hockey Hall of Fame is there, and it's on my list of places I want to go visit. And of course, all the
Okay.
vegan food that's there too in Toronto. So you're local, right? You're in the Triangle.
Yeah, I'm in Greensboro.
Oh, you're in Greensboro. So you're in the Triad. Okay. Have you been to Dom's yet in Winston-Salem?
No, I haven't.
Well, Dom's was called Mozzarella Fellas
Okay.
before he changed the name. So he just moved into downtown Winston-Salem, and it's all vegan Italian.
Oh,
You're so
nice.
close.
Yeah, need to check it out.
You definitely need to check it out. You're so close. And of course, like, since you're in Greensboro, you've got Boba House, right?
Yes, I've recently been too.
That's really good. Yeah, that's I like it. I like coming over to Greensboro. I've done some events there, so yeah, that's neat.
Yeah.
So tell us more about you and your journey.
Yeah. So I started my vegan journey. I'd say about 2016 is right when I moved in to my own place by myself. You know, I was like, let me try this on my own and see how it works. And I did a ton of research, and I stuck with it. I actually got in a little bit into some vegan activism, so that really helped me out, and I gained a lot of friends, and they also helped me out with tips and things that I could eat because I was just illiterate. I was, man, and they really helped me out as to what to eat and things to look out for and ways to also help the environment as well.
Oh, that's awesome. It sounded like you met some very well-rounded people. Are they're all in the
Yeah.
green or they're all in the triad?
Yes, they are, and
Okay.
a lot of them here in Greensboro too.
That is awesome. Is one of them Cena?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
So absolutely amazing. Like you've got a great
Yes.
for the most part you've got a great foundation of community in the triad. And then AMJC actually asked, well, we'll bring it up again just later. What are you making?
That's Korean style eggplant.
Korean style eggplant, which,
Yes.
you know, it's probably like when you cook this on your own with nobody watching, it probably goes really fast.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like the slowest cooking eggplant in the whole
Yeah.
world.
I was like, come on, cook please. Don't make me look bad.
It's like, and first I'm using the pan.
Yes.
That's awesome. No, it'll get there. And of course, the funny thing about eggplant is like if the pan was full, right, when you started, and it
Right.
just shrinks. Eggplant just shrinks so much. You're like, I have so much eggplant. No, I don't.
Right. It's almost like spinach.
It's true. Oh, look at that. And Linda said eggplant's one of her favorite vegetables,
Oh, yay.
which is great. And AMJC said yummers. Do what you're making,
Oh,
which is awesome. And Linda's in Canada too, so we've got two Canadians on the call, which is
hi,
wonderful.
Canada.
You didn't even know. You had no idea who would be watching. Well, that's really cool. And
Yeah.
AMJC said, "Don't be nervous. It looks great.
Oh, thanks.
You got lots of support." So,
Awesome. Thanks,
is
guys.
this the first time you're doing something like this?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I usually, like, when I make, like, little TikTok videos, it's just me and I'm just recording and I can edit, what I do, but this is live.
And it's like 30 seconds a minute.
Yes.
Right? It's live is fun because people actually get to know you
Yeah.
and see you, and if something happens, it's okay because it's live. It's all
Yeah.
right. It's you just keep sharing about what you're doing and, you know, I mean, anything. You can talk about anything. Talk about veganism. We can talk about the world. We can talk about how are things over in Greensboro. How, I mean, do you like it there? Are you originally from there?
No, I'm not. But I like Greensboro. We moved here about me and my boyfriend. We moved here about 2 years ago, and everyone's been like so nice. I love it.
Where'd you move from?
We originally moved from a small town in Kentucky, but now we're here in North Carolina.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is this military related?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, yeah,
So
I'm
I'm
glad you ended up in the Triad and not in Fayetteville.
right.
Cool. So the recipe was just posted.
Okay.
If anyone wants to see the recipe when it's done, it's actually on the Virtual Vegfest website, the Virtual Vegfest recipe page, which is awesome. Thanks to Stephen for getting that up while you were cooking.
Yes. Thanks, Stephen.
She says, "Thank you, Stephen."
I had to add a little more olive oil just so that it would help the eggplant crispen up a little bit because of the cornstarch.
Yep.
It's cooking up well.
Yeah. It looks good.
Mm.
I mean, I would eat it just like that. Well, after it's cooked, I would just eat it just the way it is. And, did you salt the eggplant first?
No,
You didn't? Okay.
it was just plain. So I'll probably give this another 2 minutes and then I will transfer it back to this bowl and then pour the sauce into the pan so I can heat it up as well.
Okay, awesome. So AMJC asked, what can replace the soy sauce?
You can use coconut aminos, tamari, which is what I have. I don't have soy sauce. I'm sorry. I have tamari. Um, yeah, I would say liquid aminos,
Yep.
maybe.
Yeah, liquid coconut aminos and tamari. I mean, tamari is the same thing as soy sauce. It just doesn't have the wheat
Yeah,
in it. You don't
yeah,
really have to have the wheat in soy sauce. It tastes exactly the same.
exactly.
And then the coconut aminos are really good.
Yes.
Really good as a substitute as well. It does exactly the same thing. So, oh, okay, that's cool. There you go. So this dish is gluten free.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm gluten free.
Yay. My sister is. Not by choice, though.
Oh gosh, it's hard. It can be. It's not hard. It's not a hard lifestyle, but it's hard because there's like foods that you're like, oh, I want to eat that loaf of bread,
Yes.
that fresh baked loaf of bread out of the oven. Oh.
I'm actually still on this gluten free kick with my sister just to help support her so that she's not feeling alone. So,
Oh, that's so sweet of you. And I really appreciate that because sometimes, it's one thing to have vegan food, but it's another thing to be vegan and gluten free, and then you go somewhere and it's like, well, look at all the vegan food, but there's like, fresh fruit and vegetables. And a gluten free, that's all you can eat because everything else is gluten in it. So,
yeah.
and everyone can eat the gluten free food, but not everyone can eat just all the other food. Oh
Right.
wow, so soy raises our blood pressure for
Yeah.
AMJC. So I definitely would recommend the coconut aminos,
Yes.
because it might not be the soy as much as the salt.
Definitely. Everything in moderation, guys.
Yes.
All right, so this is crispened up really good. Now I'm going to transfer this to a plate so that I can work on the sauce.
I can hear it. I can hear it sizzling.
Mm-hmm. we'll start out with the soy sauce. I'm going to turn my pan down to about a very low heat. Actually, I'll move it over here so that it's not on the hot plate. We'll start by adding, I'd say this is 3 to 4 tablespoons of tamari. And we'll add our tablespoon or teaspoon of the rice vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of the sesame oil. You don't have to add a lot because it's very strong in flavor.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
And then be careful with the Korean red pepper flakes. Just add a little bit or add a lot if you like spice. And then the tablespoon of Korean red pepper paste. Now you'll just mix this together until it's all well combined. And let it come to like a low simmer. And this is a perfect dish for like any weeknight that you don't have a lot of time. Just get you some eggplant, and you pretty much already have these spices and seasonings in your fridge or pantry. So you can just have fun. You can omit some things if you like, or add in. This is just what I've created.
Right, I'm guessing like if you don't have that paste, can you use sriracha?
Yes, you can use sriracha.
Yeah.
You'll just mix it all together until it kind of becomes a little bit thick.
You can even add some cornstarch to that if you wanted to thicken it.
Yes. And also the cornstarch that's on the eggplant, once you add it in, it'll actually help thicken it up as well.
Exactly. AMJC said that she's going to look for that paste. Where'd you buy
Yes.
it?
I found it at the international market here in Greensboro. It's called G Mart.
Okay. The most cities
And it's
have an international market.
yeah.
Yep.
They have any kind of Korean or Asian um, sauce or this item that you would need, like any specialty items, they have them, and they're at fairly cheap too. And you get your money's worth.
Okay, awesome. She said okay.
All right, the sauce has kind of thickened up, so now I will add in my cooked egg. And you'll just toss it all to combine.
You're doing a great job of not getting it on you. So
Yeah.
kudos to you. Did you make any
I
rice to go with this?
I didn't, but yes, you can have rice with this, or it just on its own.
Yep.
I think today I'm gonna have it with some steamed broccoli, which I don't have cooked, but
No, that would be delicious.
yes. So it's thickening up now. I'll just let it sit so that it can get well combined again in the sauce.
AMJC says, wish I was your neighbor. Anybody have any questions? It's actually pretty cool. You gonna try it? Love to see you try it. And your volume is not working.
One moment.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now. That's good.
And don't forget, you can turn the heat back up just a little bit.
AMJC wants to know if you seasoned the eggplant first.
No, I didn't. I just added a little bit of cornstarch to coat the eggplant so it'll get a little crispy.
Right, I typically salt my eggplant before. It's like one of the only veggies that I'll do anything to before I cook them because it helps to make it less bitter,
Oh, okay.
and it adds to the flavor. It adds flavor to the eggplant. It helps to pull out some of the water because it's water filled, this type vegetable. It helps to draw that out. Oh, AMJC said that she does too. She tends to salt the eggplant first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just one of those vegetables that, and garlic too. Yes. I actually like to put a whole bunch of seasonings on, but the one that I make sure that I do is salt. So it definitely adds to the flavor of the eggplant, but the sauce has a lot of salt in it. So because of the tamari, so that should add to it. It's so weird about the sound. Yeah, it looks like it came from a restaurant.
Hey, I was a little inspired by P.F. Chang's.
Ah, yes, they do have an eggplant dish.
Yeah. All right, it's almost done.
AMJC's gonna make this next weekend.
Yes. You should take pictures.
Yeah, take a picture and tag that tiny vegan. So one of the ways that people can get in touch with you is on Instagram. You're that.tiny.vegan. Yeah, there's some static with the connection. It's really weird. I'm not sure why. She said she's not that brave.
All right, so it's pretty much finished. Turn my heat off now. And now I can plate it. This will also definitely satisfy a non-vegan. Here's my plate. I'm just gonna sprinkle some sesame seeds on top. You can add green onions or, just have it with some white rice or steamed veggies or even some noodles, like ramen noodles if you want. mine just by itself, and this is what I'll be having. This is the Korean style eggplant.
Yep, that's the Korean style eggplant. That looks amazing. Yeah, I agree. It looks oh. Oh, tech issues. I'm not sure what happened to her phone, but hopefully one thing I didn't mention when we before we went live was what to do if there were tech issues, which would normally mean to come back, and I don't know if she will. So I'm just gonna move on like I would when I'm closing out. It did look delicious. Thank you, Linda. And you know what's surprising is that's three eggplants, right? And it looks like it's one plate of food, like for one person. And it really should be split probably with two people, but man, that looked good. So Stephen posted the recipe in the comments. You can go to the virtualvegfest.com website and you can, virtualvegfest.com site. I'm hearing something in the background that says no to going to the virtualvegfest.com site, but it'll be up on the site when it's ready. So that's where you can easily get the recipe and you make it for yourself, like AMJC is going to next weekend. And you know, don't be brave. It's okay to post what you make. It can look however it looks. And just what's important is that it tastes good. So I do not believe she's probably going to come back. So I'm going to go off to just me and say thank you so much for watching another virtual Veg Fest live. I love the cooking demos. You just never know what will happen when you're live, but she did a great job and I know she was really nervous. So you're right. You don't see that in me being serving for one person. I know. Because I mean I could eat a whole eggplant, yeah, right out of the air fryer in a heartbeat. I have to force myself to save half of it so that Steven could eat it. So make sure you wear your mask over your nose and under your chin. Incredibly important when it comes to COVID and being out there, social distancing, so that you're safe and that you don't get sick. That's what you do. You want to make sure you cover your nose. Why? Because it's connected to your lungs. And she's back. Let me go back to my guest screen. Hey!
I'm sorry. My
It's
phone died.
I had a feeling that's what was happening, but it's okay. We talked a little bit. We got some nice comments. Posted the recipe. You're gonna little that tiny vegan's gonna scooch down so we can see you.
Oh.
It's okay. Is there anything you want to say to everyone before we close out?
Just I hope you all enjoy the recipe whenever you make it. Please do let me know if you do make it. My social medias are on the recipe card that is provided, and I hope everyone has a good day.
Yeah, no, you did great. I know it's funny because your head's cut off. No, you did great, and yes, everyone can go, and the link is in the comments as to how you can get to the recipe, and in on Instagram, you are tiny.that.tiny.vegan, and the same on
Yes.
Facebook. So, and then
Yes.
you're on Twitter, right? With an
I'm
underscore?
on, I'm on TikTok a lot more, and that
Okay.
is that tiny vegan with no, any dots or anything. It's just that tiny vegan.
Okay, and AMJC said don't stop sharing. So
Oh,
that
thanks.
tiny vegan on TikTok. All right, very cool. So I'm glad that the one thing we didn't talk about was what to do is what to do if if like something happened, which I normally bring up. And thank you for
Yeah.
coming back because that's what I would say to do is just come back.
Yeah.
Plug in your phone and then come
Yeah.
back. So I'm really glad that this worked out. And how does it taste?
It's really good. It's a little sweet, but it's good.
Okay. So what was the sweetener in there? What was this?
Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. I added a little bit of agave nectar.
Okay. I was like, what? I didn't. All right, so a little bit of agave nectar totally makes sense. You can use maple syrup. You can use brown rice
Yes.
syrup. You can just use sugar if you wanted to,
Right.
right? But I like agave. A little goes a long way.
Yes.
A little goes, and that'll also help thicken it up too.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
And thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I look forward to meeting you when I get over to the Triad. I'm sure I'll be over
Yeah.
there. And if
Yes.
you're over this way, definitely let me know.
All right.
All right? Well, thank you, and I hope you have a great day.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Okay, everyone. So I already did the math. Want you to make sure that if you have the means to buy food from your favorite restaurants, vegan, plant-based, whatever works for you, buy food from them, support them to get through the pandemic until we can get back to dining in person, curbside pickup, food trucks, whatever it is. Like I said, if you have the means, please do so. Next week, on Thursday, Kathy Hester, cooking demo. Love when Kathy comes on. She'll be joining us. She's also part of the Raw Food Vegan Retreat that is next weekend. Well, if you're into raw food, you're into yoga, you're into cooking demos or like raw food demos, you're into talks, you're into HIIT classes, qigong, you're into all of that, then you probably want to attend that event. Best way to do that, go to rawfoodyoga.com. I'll even put that in the comments, rawfoodyoga.com. And once you get there, there's going to be a neat little pop-up. And that pop-up is going to show you a discount, which is 50% off, and you get into the event for you get the whole weekend. It's 18 talks and classes each day over 3 stages, and you have access for the whole week following the event. So you're not going to be able to get everything in over the weekend when it's live, but you are going to be able to access everything for the week following. So you'll be able to see everything. Or if you love that yoga class, you could take it every day for the following week, because you'll have access to it. And then after that, there'll be a charge to get access again. So, but other than that, a week's worth of classes for $25. I mean, it's really inexpensive from like some of the best in the world. And then we have a premium add-on top of that, which is also $25. Add 50% off, becomes a $12.50, which encapsulates over $400 worth of items that the speakers are donating back to the event, to you. E-zine, cookbooks, coaching classes, discounts on their books and classes. And I mean, it's way over $400 worth of stuff for $12.50. And that 50% discount is going to go away. So don't wait. And that's what you can do next weekend. Shut out the world, nourish yourself, partake in some yoga, huge fan, and support our event, which, I appreciate. Subscribe to Virtual Vegfest. See you on Thursday. Because of that event, we are not live next weekend. We're just going to be doing an event all weekend, so join us there. Everyone else, have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.